you've clicked on this video, then chances are you've signed up for a Vipassana meditation retreat. I recently returned from a Vipassana meditation retreat myself. If you've seen the packing list on the course website, then you know it's pretty bare bones. Definitely bring those essentials, but I want to elevate your experience and share my list of must-haves, nice-to-haves, and why did I even bring this? Better leave it at home. I'm here to help you pack smarter, stay comfortable, and avoid those little mistakes that can make your 10 days in silence feel even longer. So let's get into it. Kicking off with the must-haves. These are essentials that you absolutely cannot forget. And at the very top of the list, the most important one, earplugs. Just trust me on this. Even if you have a private accommodation, bring earplugs. The walls in between our rooms may as well have been curtains. You could hear the coughing and the snoring and some mystery noises at night. So it was really essential to have earplugs to be able to get some rest. I'm a side sleeper, so I really struggle with earplugs, but I found these amazing ones on Amazon that are this soft silicone and they kind of just meld into your ears. And so when I was sleeping on the side, I didn't even notice that they were in. Another must have, and this is something that I actually forgot at my meditation retreat, is an eye mask. And this was less for the sleeping at night because you're going to bed at 9 p.m. and waking up at 4 a.m. So you really don't need it at night to keep any sun out. But during the meditations, during the day, it's very bright. And in the meditation hall, if you want to just go deeper into yourself, into your meditation without distraction, it would be really nice to have. I forgot mine. And so at one point, I was like pulling my beanie down over my eyes. I used like a hairband at one point. So I really wish I had an eye mask. It would have made it a lot more comfortable. There is a rest period after lunch. So it also would come in handy if you like daytime nap. Next up is kind of obvious, but definitely bring all of your over-the-counter kind of comfort medicines of pain relievers, Tylenol, that type of thing. But one that you might not think about that I highly recommend is some sort of gas medicine or stomach relief because the menu is completely vegetarian, meaning there are a ton of beans, a ton of cruciferous vegetables, and just all of the types of foods that can put your stomach in knots if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. So just for comfort, the bloat is definitely real at these retreats. So just bring something for your own peace of mind. An item that might surprise you that's on my must-have list is sunscreen. And I know you might be thinking, why do I need sunscreen if I'm meditating 11 hours a day inside? But you do get a period of rest after your lunch break, and you can use it to rest or to go on a walk, which is what I did every day. So I would walk for about 45 minutes to an hour. And even though it was a winter retreat, the sun was very intense and strong and beaming down. So I was very glad that I had my sunscreen just for a little face protection. This one may not relate to everyone. I feel like you either are a chapstick person or are not a chapstick person. I unfortunately am highly addicted and, always need to have my chapstick with me. So if that's you, I would recommend bringing several different tubes and like having one in every pocket because it could get lost in the meditation hall and you don't want to be stuck 10 days without it if you're addicted like me. The next item is a portable alarm clock, and the key here is portable. So on the essentials list, they do recommend bringing an alarm clock, but I want to highlight the portable part because it was very nice having the ability to bring it with me. I don't wear a watch, and obviously you're not allowed to have your phone. So being able to have this compact, foldable, portable alarm clock, it came so in handy when I was on my walks so I could keep track of time that way. For clothes, I would really recommend keeping it minimal and cozy. And just think functionality over cuteness or style. Like nobody's looking at you. So I would really recommend just bringing a couple outfits that you can cycle through, like maybe 3 outfits for meditation and then maybe 2 outfits for, if you're going to be outside walking. And that way you can kind of keep them separate, keep your exercise clothes separate and your meditation clothes separate, and just cycle through them. Also, they do have an area that you can wash clothes and then do the line dry. So you really don't have to bring enough clothes for 10 days. But if you don't want to do laundry, what I would recommend is just bringing enough clean socks and underwear and then just recycling the meditation clothing. In addition to some functional socks for like walking with tennis shoes, I would recommend bringing some cozy, fuzzy socks, the kind that just make your feet feel happy. And they're really nice for the cold winter mornings or evenings. I was really glad I had some comfy socks. And last up on the must-haves, I would recommend bringing 2 pairs of shoes. One, a pair of tennis shoes for kind of walking the walking trails or just spending time outside. And then the other, highly recommend a pair of slip-on shoes, whether it's clogs or sliders or flip-flops, something that you can easily get on and off, because you are not allowed to wear shoes inside the meditation hall. You're not allowed to wear shoes inside the accommodation halls. So you're basically going from your room in barefoot or socks, and then you have to put on your shoes and then walk to the meditation hall, take them back off again, meditate, then put them back on, go on. You get the idea. So taking them on and off, I think about 20 times a day, and it just makes a big difference. These little things, trust me, where you can make yourself comfortable, I highly recommend it because it's a long retreat. Moving on to the nice to haves. So these are not essential, but they will make your stay a lot more comfortable. If you're in a car and you have space, I highly recommend just throwing them in. Why not? If you're flying and you don't have space, then don't stress about it. Again, these are just nice to have, not needed. Number one is your own blanket. So this one is not necessary because yes, they do provide a blanket. However, I didn't use mine, and I talked to some people at the end of the retreat, and they said that theirs had some stains on it or like a little stickiness to it. And that, they actually give you explicit instructions to put the blanket on top of your top sheet. I think they're just really heavy blankets and they probably don't get washed very often. So I brought my own from home, and that was really nice to have a piece of comfort from home and just being able to get tucked in at night and get a good night's sleep. Another couple items I recommend are bringing a hand towel and a bath mat, or a secondary hand towel that can be used as a bath mat. They don't mention this in the packing list. They do tell you to bring a bath towel, but if you don't want to be drying your hands on your bath towel every time, then it's nice to have that hand towel. And if you don't want to get out of the shower and slip and fall and die, then it's really nice to have the mat as well, because in the bathroom it is tile, so it can get slippery. Next up is a cushion with a backrest. This is something that I wish I had brought. They do have a entire stock room with every meditation cushion you could imagine, every size and shape. However, my particular retreat center did not have any that had that built-in backrest. I have a friend that went to a different center and he said that theirs did. So this is just something to be aware of. If you have something at home that makes you comfortable, that you like meditating on, bring it. Do not worry about looking too extra or too high maintenance. Bring it if you can, because I have one at home and I wish I had brought it. My theory is it's better to have it and not want it than to want it and not have it. So bring it and just be comfortable. Another item that was really nice to have was just a secondary blanket, a lighter weight, kind of like the type that you cuddle up with on your couch. So that was nice to bring to and from the meditation hall, and just being able to kind of wrap myself in it and feel comfortable and cozy. Another item that I actually didn't have, but I saw a couple people with them and I wished I brought my own, was a thermos. So they do tell you to bring a water bottle, but thermos is not mentioned. And where this comes in handy is you're not allowed to bring anything outside of the dining hall. And so if you make a cup of tea, you have to sit in the dining hall with your cup of tea. And there were a couple of times where it really would have been nice to bring a cup of tea outside and sit in the sun. And so I had wished I had a thermos so I could have made that and taken it to go. Next up, yoga blocks. I was so happy I brought these. Even though there's no time or space and they don't want you practicing yoga, these came so in handy when I was sitting on the mat to prop my knee up, and that relieved a lot of pressure on my hip. And then when I eventually asked for a chair, I used them to stack up and I rested my feet on them so that my hips weren't slanting forward and causing more pain. So definitely recommend bringing those. They allow for a lot of different options of ways to sit and prop yourself up if you do get uncomfortable. Another nice to have would be a small fan. This is just great to have in your room for temperature control or additional white noise if you truly can't stand the silence, or to help you sleep at night. It was nice to kind of block out some of those mystery noises I talked about earlier. Now, this item I almost included on my must-haves, but it's probably not for everyone. And again, I went to a winter retreat, so this came more in handy than obviously it would at a summer retreat, but a wearable blanket. I got this off of Amazon and it is the coziest thing I've ever been in. I have been living in it ever since I've been home as well. And it was just very nice to have for the mornings and the evening meditations, just like wrapping myself up in it and being so cozy for my meditations. Last on the nice to have list, and I'm only half joking with this one, cat treats. So at my retreat center, we had a cat that lived on the campus, and I was dying to pet him the entire time. And he would come so close, but like he would not let me pet him. And so I wish I had cat treats so that I could just bribe him and make him love me. So this obviously is not necessary for everyone, but if you're a cat lover like me, you never know when they might come in handy. Finally, let's talk about what to leave at home. Save space and avoid overpacking. Number one, makeup. I love makeup as much as the next person. I love a good eyeliner wing, but at the retreat center, nobody's looking at you. And it's just the perfect opportunity to just give your face a rest, go barefaced, and you really don't have time to be putting makeup on in the morning, anyways. Obviously, if this is something you really want to do, then bring it, but it is not necessary. And it was very refreshing to give my face a break and go without it. Another thing to leave at home is just too many clothes. You don't need to be doing a fashion show. Just stick to bringing a few outfits in rotation and you'll be good to go. Don't overthink this one. You can always do laundry if you need to. So don't stress about bringing too much. This one's obvious, but leave the gadgets at home. You can bring your phone, but check it in and don't bring anything else. Don't bring an iPad or AirPods or anything like that because you really don't need them. Trust the process. You don't need the distraction. And on that same token, don't bring books or journals. I was actually pretty upset when I learned we couldn't bring in a journal, but I started to appreciate not having that kind of to do, when you have a journal, especially at a retreat, sometimes you're thinking, oh, I need to write down every profound insight. It was nice to kind of take the pressure off and just have no distractions and just fully commit to the process. So that's my ultimate Vipassana meditation retreat packing list. The goal is really to keep it simple and cozy so that you can focus on the meditation and not on what you forgot to bring. If you've attended a Vipassana meditation retreat, what did I miss? What was on your packing list? Drop it in the comments below. And if you're deep in the Vipassana preparation rabbit hole, then I've got you covered. Check out these videos next. My top 5 challenges out of a Vipassana meditation retreat and how I overcame them, and the top 5 benefits I got that made it all worthwhile. Thanks so much for watching and good luck on your Vipassana journey.